Okay, so we have a problem right now. What loot do you think I can find scavenging the beach with the new metal detector? Lance's mixtape? A new legendary boat? Or some epic piece of equipment? Well, you are wrong, because I'm going to find a mine or a tick, and the loot is not that special doing this activity anyway. I might as well give up at this point, since looting any other containers is less time-consuming. And so I wanted to make the treasure hunt a little more rewarding and give players some real incentive. I decided to create my own in-game event, to make finding a treasure feel real. I started by thinking through how to set up the entire event myself. I tried to map out a path that most players would naturally travel across the map, and decided it would start at the harbor, where most people tend to run, and end at the beach. Once the path was mapped out, I ran into another problem. How do I actually get raiders to follow it all the way to the end? That is when it came to me. With the Riven Tides update, we also received a white flag, a usable that does not have much of a purpose on its own. You can either place it down or wave it, and that is exactly when the idea clicked. I could use these to create a path, and if raiders follow it, I could reward them with something unique waiting at the end. And so I started working on obtaining as many flags as I could. I had to trade seeds for plastic parts and fabric, since each flag requires resources to craft. I also had to find the blueprint before I could place them down myself. After obtaining it, which was not too difficult, I went back to my loadout, crafted as many flags as I could, and the plan was set. First raid. With the project mapped out in my head, I started placing white flags across the entire route. The idea was simple. Raiders would spot them, follow them, and naturally want to understand why someone had placed tens, possibly hundreds of flags along the beach. And so with the entire path of white flags set up across the beachfront, all I had to do was wait and see whether anyone would find them and actually follow them. Shortly after, a group of 3 raiders appeared, and once they found me at the end of the path, something unexpected happened. First things first, though, I announced them as the winners of my treasure hunt and handed over everything. A hull cracker, an equalizer, an extended barrel attachment, a snap hook, and a powered descender. And then came the unexpected part. The raider who had been leading the group dropped 2 brand new blueprints on the ground for the others, the crash mat and the powered descender, along with an additional powered descender as a usable on top of that, out of nowhere from one stranger to another. This has been my little experiment in creating my own treasure hunt inside Arc Raiders. Let me know in the comments whether you enjoyed it and whether you would like to see more challenges like this one. These raiders genuinely enjoyed the loot, and for me it was already time to start thinking about what comes next. John Raider, out.